After I have my category created, I'm going to go in and create a new post here real quick. This isn't going to be real content in a real post that I will end up keeping for my live website, but I wanted to simply create this post to again show you how this whole system works so you can see this content on the live website, and so you can see why it is I don't actually like to use this particular system. Now, I could call this anything I want to. I could create a post about down alternative comforters, for example, and then I could simply just type in any content that I would want to. So the content of my page would be placed right here. And I could continue to go on about, this particular product. I don't actually have to build this particular page though to show you how this actually works. Now, let me scroll back up here for a second. As you can see, up here in the corner, there are actually two different tabs. This is referred to as the WordPress editor. This is the page or the post editor. And there's two different ways that you can actually use this. You have the visual tab and then you have a text tab. Well, the visual tab allows you to simply focus on what the page and the content of that page is going to look like. If you wanted to use some of these toolbar items up at the top here, like bold, for example, to make a certain portion of your text in bold, all you would have to do is select it and click on the button, and then you actually see the bold text instead of having to worry about the coding that lies behind making that text bold. Well, if you want to get a little bit more complicated with your WordPress sites and actually get involved with the coding that lies behind that to change it or to make some additions to it perhaps, all you have to do is flip over to the text tab right here. And as you can see, instead of seeing this content in bold, I now see these HTML tags wrapping around my content. And this is what is actually causing this text to end up bold right here. So depending on how you actually want to build your sites, you can really do it in either one of these two tabs. If you're more comfortable using this visual tab, that's quite all right. Start out using the visual tab. Maybe take a peek over at this text tab after you're finished just to see what it is that has actually created the page that you have put together here, so you can kind of start to understand some of the underlying factors of website design. And you can also use my bonus Techie Masterclass, for example, to learn some of these HTML and even CSS web design techniques to make your sites a little bit more flashier in terms of the content itself. I try not to go too flashy with the actual website, and if I want to do something a little flashier, then I'll try to include that within the content of my page here instead of on the outside part of the website, and that helps to draw the focus in to the content, which is where I actually want people to be focusing instead of being blinded by the fact that I have a really nice looking website, and maybe they simply end up overlooking the content that I really want them to get to. So again, I'm creating this post here, but while I'm on this particular page, I thought it would also be worthwhile to walk you through some of the important parts of this particular editor right here, because minus a couple of small details, this is the same way that you actually create pages. When you go through and create a new page right here, you'll see a page that looks basically just like this, but there will be certain things like these little widget areas over here may actually be different from what you are seeing in the post system here.